Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Land to Mentorship. And in this video, we're just going to do a reaction to a news story about Americans using buy now, pay later plans to buy groceries, survey finds from CBS News 2 days ago. And if you didn't know, one of the biggest buy now, pay later companies, Klarna, lost about $100 million last quarter. Okay, $100 million. Let's see what's up.
While buy now, pay later loans have been in use for big ticket items for years, new data is showing that a growing number of American consumers are using the payment method for everyday items. A recent survey from LendingTree finds that a quarter of consumers are using these payment plans for groceries. That is up 14% from just a year ago. The survey found groceries to be the fourth most common buy now, pay later purchase among Gen Zers, trailing behind clothing, technology, and home decor.
I would understand about technology and home decor, but clothing and groceries, I really think that means people are in trouble. So if you just do the basic math of 25% minus 14, that means 11% of the population last year used to buy now, pay later, and now it's a quarter. Uh-oh, looks like we're in trouble now. So let's keep watching.
CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins us with more on this. I mean, we keep seeing this rise in buy now, pay later items, whether it's for Coachella tickets, but what does it say to you that people are using this now to buy groceries?
Well, guilty. I did use it for Coachella tickets, Nancy.
All right.
I will out myself. But
I was going to say other people, but it's good to know.
Yeah. Groceries, though.
Wait a minute. Does that mean the reporters broke too? She'd be like, I need to finance Coachella tickets. How much are Coachella tickets anyways? Actually, yeah, let's just check that. Was it 300 a pop? Might be wrong. Tickets cost. Ooh, 600 for a weekend. And then 549 for the second weekend. I've never been to Coachella, even though I'm actually from Southern California, which is kind of weird. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's because usually it attracts outsiders, and then when you're from the area, you don't really care. Like, whatever. But 600 a pop. Buy now, pay later. So that must tell you that being a reporter is not really that much of a. And obviously, I don't know her situation, right? But uh-oh. You know what? I'm not going to comment. Let's just keep watching.
I mean, we saw one of the buy now, pay later services do a partnership with DoorDash, right? Getting food delivery as well. And it really speaks to the fact that people are dipping into these alternative ways than just, hey, I've got the money. I'm going to be able to pay it on my next credit card statement, or I'm going to be able to pay it with the money in my account by using a debit card. And what can be dangerous about these BNPL services is you feel like you've got more room in your budget than you actually do.
That's just the basic concept of credit in general. I mean, BNPL is basically 0% interest credit. Split over payments over 4 periods, right? But I think the way that they make their money is that, they expect you to F up. Like, I think there's two ways they make the money. I think they get a little bit of the cut from the purchase. And then the second way is once you screw up, that's when they charge you fees and interest, I think, right? So I don't think BNPL is anything like really that revolutionary. But the only difference is they don't seem to have very strict credit screening standards compared to a bank, and that's probably why they lost 100 million. Because we know why banks are the most powerful institution, right? Because they don't lend money to people who need it.
Because you say, hey, that's future Kelly's problem, that's future Nancy's problem, and you start to add multiple BNPLs to your docket that month instead of thinking, oh, wow, I've already committed to this payment in the future. But at the same time, it also does allow cash-strapped folks to make some of those purchases that are essential.
Sure. It's one thing when it's Coachella tickets, but it's another thing when you hear that people are using it just to get by on their day-to-day life. I want to ask you about the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It has downgraded its economic growth outlook for the United States, both this year and next year. How significant is that move, and what does it mean?
So it's fairly significant. We are down from 2.8% in 2024 to now what we're expecting to be 1.6%. Still positive, right? We did see first quarter negative GDP. So I think overall, this is good that we're expecting at least some growth. That being said, it keeps getting revised down. And to your point, this is all because of tariffs, potential higher inflation, and just that larger uncertainty that maybe people go and spend less and the economy contracts some. Doesn't mean that these surveys are always right, but it's certainly a warning sign.
So you talk about tariffs. Speaking of tariffs, President Trump just signed an executive order that overnight raises tariffs on steel and aluminum to 50%. We had known this was coming, but it officially goes into effect at midnight. How will this affect U.S. businesses?
This is not going to be good for car manufacturers. Think about how much steel is used in a car. It's also not going to be good for manufacturers in general. Steel, we also have a 25% tariff on aluminum as well. Those are key raw materials for a lot of the products that these tariffs are designed to bring here. I've spoken to a lot of manufacturers and they've said, wow, we love these tariffs, but we really didn't want these tariffs on aluminum and steel. So this is going to be a challenge because while this is designed to bolster the steel production in our country, we just don't have that supply chain yet.
Yeah, and a lot of people also complaining about their beer cans and what's going to happen with
that
all
too.
that too. Let's talk about the
Hold on. Let me just do this. I wonder if you can buy now, pay later a car. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Buy now, pay later car financing allows you to purchase a vehicle and pay for installments over time, often no fees or interest. Ooh, Carvana buy now, pay later cars. Flex car. Well, this one's a lease, right? Buy now, pay later Nissan. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So it seems like buy now, pay later um, exists for in the car space, or at least in some cars. So if you want a Nissan, congratulations, you got buy now, pay later available to you. All right, so let's go ahead and keep watching the rest of the story.
labor market. The newest job openings and labor turnover survey shows that openings unexpectedly increased in April. So what does that say about the labor market? And because that information is looking back, how current is it given how quickly things are changing these days?
That's the really important part. This looks at April. So that's, that's over a month ago. The jobs report that comes out on Friday, that's going to be more recent. It's going to look at May. The fact that we have more job openings, that's good. But it doesn't mean that those are actually translating into people hired. Just because there's a job posting doesn't mean that actually gets brought to fruition. What I like to look at this is the quits rate. So how often people are quitting. If they're quitting more, they feel more comfortable about the jobs market. We actually saw the quits rate go down a little bit. So people not feeling as good. The layoffs rate, also something to look at for the health of the job market, ticked up just slightly. So overall, good job openings, but it does tell you a little bit of cooling off when you look at the layoffs rate.
Thanks for helping.
Okay, so let's see what we have in the comments. Anything spicy? There was a time when buying groceries with your credit card was a big no-no. And that's actually true. I remember there was this video back in the 90s or the 80s. I forgot what time period it was where people were like shocked about buying McDonald's with a credit card. And I think McDonald's was like one of the first restaurants to ever accept a credit card. They talked about it in like the Dave Ramsey show and they showed the clip, or the George Camel channel, Dave Ramsey, whatever. And I thought that was very fascinating how we went from a society where credit was like, a last case emergency and everyone's just now using credit. And then now they're tapped out on credit. And then that, because they're tapped on credit, because the buy now, pay laters don't credit screen you, or at least I don't think they do. Um, people are going into that. 1/4 of the population, people, I can't even believe it. I can't even, 1/4 of the population using BNPL for groceries. Not even DoorDash, but just how do you do BNPL for groceries? Do they have an option at the checkout aisle? Just 18 more payments and I can get that cheeseburger. Oh man. Oh, okay. Uh Lady Be Real, she didn't want to say that people are suffering so badly that they can't afford groceries and have to borrow just to buy them. Yeah. All right. All right, well, that's I shouldn't be laughing, but I gotta kind of keep the mood a little bit happy, right? But yeah, 25% according to the study, 1/4 of people. So the moment you step outside a house and you see four uh, adults, probably one of them are using buy now, pay later for groceries. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this video, folks. This is Greenland to Mentorship, and I'll see you on the next video.